Good morning, everyone. We have defined quantitative and qualitative research designs and have already differentiated the two. Now let's proceed to the five types of research designs. We have descriptive, correlational, experimental and quasi-experimental, diagnostic, and explanatory research design. So for quantitative, it can be split into two main categories, descriptive and correlational, and experimental and quasi-experimental design. In a descriptive research design, an individual explains or describes the situation or case in depth in their research materials. This type of research design is purely on a theoretical basis where the individual collects data, analyzes, prepares, and then presents it in an understandable manner. While in a correlational research design, it investigates correlations between variables without allowing the researcher to control or manipulate any of them. It might have either a positive, negative, or zero correlation. Descriptive and correlational designs aim to measure variables and understand relationships between them. In descriptive and correlational designs, you measure variables without influencing them. This allows you to observe characteristics, trends, and relationships. So the difference between the two is that a descriptive design focuses only on systematically measuring variables, while a correlational design tests whether variables are related to each other. For example, you could use a correlational design to find out if the rise in online teaching in the past year correlates with any change in test scores. With these designs, it's hard to draw conclusions about cause and effect because other factors may influence the results. For example, the change in test scores might not be caused by classes being taught online, but by other variables such as increased stress and health issues among students and teachers. Experimental and quasi-experimental designs are best for testing cause and effect relationships. It is a type of research design in which the study is carried out utilizing a scientific approach and two sets of variables. The first set serves as a constant against which the variations in the second set are measured. If in descriptive and correlational, you measure variables without influencing them, an experimental design involves manipulating an independent variable and measuring the outcome of a dependent variable while controlling other factors. For example, let's say you want to test whether a new online teaching method improves test scores. The independent variable is the teaching method and the dependent variable is the test score. In an experimental design, you would randomly assign one group of students to be taught using the new method and another group to be taught using a standard method to compare their outcomes in test scores. However, experiments can be expensive and difficult to implement, so another option is quasi-experimental design. This means comparing the outcomes of pre-existing groups that differ on an independent variable. For example, if one teacher in a school has already decided to implement the new teaching method, you could test whether her class outcomes differ from comparable classes that use the standard method. So those are the main types of quantitative research design. For qualitative research design, it would be discussed by Ma'am Almira.